Hello everybody, I am your Echo Angel from Pasig City. My name is Iris Mabanta and I'm really happy to be here and be able to share what I think about the environment and my advocacy. But before we get into that, I am just gonna share this live on my Facebook page. So give me a moment. But aren't you guys happy that it's finally raining after all that heat for the past few weeks? I'm just so happy that it's raining. But it unfortunately, with the rain comes a lot more humidity, and that's why my hair is a little bit flat right now. But it's okay, it's okay. It's still curly, it still looks nice. So, oh my gosh. How will I share this? Hold on. After how many lives you'd think I'd be used to this by now, but nope. Oh, here we go. Okay, give me a moment. If you have any questions already, drop them down at the comments below, but I'll get to your questions later. I'll be more than happy to answer them. I'm really excited, actually. Alright, I'm sharing right now. Hold on, I'm just gonna share to the proper people as well. Like my dad. He needs to be sent the link just to be able to watch. But it's alright. I don't mind. Okay, I think I've shared it to the right people. So, first, again, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Iris Mabanta. I am from Pasig City, and I am currently 23 years old. I entered actually when I was 22, and then I celebrated my birthday last April. And honestly, I really don't like it when I age. I love my birthdays. I'm definitely a birthday person, but I hate it when I age. I don't know. I feel like aging is just such a big change. And like, I'm saying that as a 23-year-old girl. Well, what more if I'm like 30 already? Imagine that. So anyway, like I said, I am, representing Pasig City in the Miss Philippines Earth pageant this year. I'm really excited that I was given this opportunity to be able to share what I feel about the environment. So my advocacy is actually addressing environmental issues through science and research. So I chose that advocacy because it is very close to my heart. First and foremost, I am a chemist myself. I am a licensed chemist. I graduated from the University of Santo Tomas in 2018, and that same year I passed the board exam for chemistry. And I'm really proud of myself that I was able to go through that whole shebang in the University of Santo Tomas, because let me tell you, chemistry is not for the faint of heart. It is such a hard course. I've said this so many times, but I've had so many sleepless nights and nights where I cried because honestly, it was really hard. But at the end of the day, it was really my passion. I really wanted to be a chemist. I wanted to be a scientist. I chose the path to becoming a scientist, and I really didn't think about joining pageants. I wanted to just be able to take my master's degree in chemistry and then get my doctorate degree in chemistry. But here I am representing the wonderful city of Pasig for Miss Philippines Earth because when I was working as a researcher, I saw all of these studies about the environment, and the thing is, it was just such a shame because we don't have that much technology and the resources here in the Philippines to be able to conduct the proper studies to be able to save the environment through science and research. So there we go. I can tell you more about that in a bit, but I just want to express again my advocacy. So through science and research, we can do so much for the environment because without science, then we wouldn't know anything about our world, and we wouldn't be able to understand all the phenomenon and the species and the different plants and animals and how we live. And science just revolves around everything. And with science, we can learn and understand about everything and anything under the sun here on our planet. And so when we do understand things, we develop this passion to be able to protect and preserve our environment through that. And in that way, I believe that through science we can move forward as a country and as a nation for the better of our environment and our country and our earth. So that is why science is very, very important to me, and I believe it is the most important asset that we have here in our country that is so underappreciated and under recognized. And the Filipino scientists deserve so much more recognition and importance than they are getting right now, especially because of we lack so many resources and the technology to be able to continue studies, and it's just a shame that that's a situation right now. And so through this platform, I hope that I can be able to lift the science community up with me and help out Filipino scientists, especially and with their studies for the environment, like things about rehabilitating coral reefs in our forests and protecting and preserving endangered species, especially those endemic to the Philippines. That's very, very important and dear to my heart, and I believe through science and research we can achieve that. So I'd like to say around 5 facts about me, 5 fun facts about me. So the number one, the most fun thing about me is that I am a chemist. Yes, that is fun because chemistry can be fun if you're really into it. And it's also like one of my bragging rights. I can always say that, hey, I'm a chemist. And not a lot of people would actually guess that about me. Like if I meet somebody new and we're goofing around and like making small talk and talking about random funny stuff, and then they're like, oh, what do you do? Actually, I am a chemist. And they're always like, whoa, no way, you a chemist? I'm like, yeah, I'm actually like really good at sciencey stuff. So there's that. Let's see, number 2, I like to paint, but currently I don't have my materials. I ran out of canvases because of the ECQ and I can't really buy. But yeah, I've been painting since I was 8, 7 years old, maybe even younger. Art has been part of the family. Like my grandma is actually a really good painter herself. She's a wonderful artist, and we were taught by the same teacher actually, and we would go to the same classes, and our teacher would be like, oh, Iris is actually a better painter than you. And then we just laugh it off because I was around maybe 12 at that age, and our teacher would say that in front of my grandma. I guess it's just to lift my spirits up, but I was really grateful for all the teachings that I've learned through painting, and I can express myself and my feelings through painting. So I like to paint as well. Also, I was a sporty student way back when. No, not way back when. I'm only 23, y'all. But I was a swimmer actually since probably when also I started painting. I was a painter and I was a swimmer, and I would actually compete when I was in St. Paul College of Pasig. Woohoo, represent! But I loved swimming and I would compete, and just that adrenaline rush that I would get in the water it was amazing for me. So yeah, also I can play volleyball. I'm not really that like super professional with volleyball, but I can play. Like I said, I'm pretty sporty. I was a pretty sporty student even until college. I would compete in our volleyball competitions for our sports fest back in college, in high school, and in grade school. Swimming, though, I kind of stopped after high school because chemistry was taking up a lot of my time. In college, I didn't have time for sports. I didn't have time for any more extracurricular activities. So that's 3. Sporty student, painter, and I'm a chemist. I think the last 2 facts is just that I've been also a nerd all my life. When I was in 6th grade, I won this with my team, this investigatory project, this national investigatory project competition. So I was really destined to be in the science community and be a scientist. Like at a young age, I've always been, science has been always my best subject. So yeah, I was really proud of that. I feel like that cemented the moment where I was like, I am gonna be a scientist one day. But yeah, so last fact. What's like fun that nobody really knows about me? I feel like, oh, this one's like just really quirky, but you know, it's really fun. But I composed our graduation song back in high school. And I didn't know I had it in me as well to be able to create a song, compose a song for my graduation. I don't know, it was just something that I was coming up with. I guess I was just musically inclined that one time. And then it was all just downhill from there. I don't know, I don't make any more songs. It was just that one time when we were assigned to create a song for our graduation. I didn't think that mine would be picked. If you can hear meowing, that is one of my 2 cats. So I guess that's another fun fact about me. I am a mother of 2 cats. I love them so much. I just got them actually last year, and they are like my children. I didn't think that I would love cats as much as I would love dogs. So here I am now, a proud owner of 2 cats. So let's get to some of your questions now. I have a question from Pex Zuela. What would you do with the 100 million prize if you discover the vaccine for COVID? Ooh. Well, first of all, I would absolutely donate it to the science community. This prize, or you know, I would also, to be able to discover that vaccine for COVID, actually, it takes so much effort and time, and you know, a lot of people, not just one person. So I worked in the lab, so I would know this. I would know all the nitty-gritty stuff about researching things like vaccines and medicines, etc. So I would actually donate it to my team, first of all, and fund everything that we had worked so hard for. And then I would donate the rest to all other Filipino scientists out there that would actually continue more studies about the environment. I would especially donate it to the Marine Science Institute, because I believe that we need more forces into our scientists for our marine wildlife, because you know, we are the center for marine biodiversity in the whole world, and you know, we've got so many more species that's yet to be discovered, so many more studies to conduct, and so many things that we can prepare for, and you know, things that we can do to help protect and preserve our marine wildlife in that aspect. So definitely the money will have to go for research, and that is what I'm passionate about. And you know, if I had a little bit left over, I would probably build my own laboratory, because my dream is to have my own lab, my own people, and to be able to conduct my own research and publish papers and really just go the whole nine. Like I said earlier, I wanted to just be a scientist. I wanted to take up my master's degree and then my PhD degree, and then that's it. But like I said, working in the lab, I saw all these lapses in the scientific community that could be improved on if they just had more attention, and you know, if they had more importance from others. So I felt that I had that voice inside of me that just wanted to scream, and I felt also that Miss Earth would be a wonderful platform to share my advocacy. And I believe it has been working out that way, because I do care so much for the environment as much as I do for science, and that is why I got into science actually in the first place, is because I've always been such a nature lover, and I loved learning through science and research. And here I am today. I'm really proud of myself for being the scientist that I am, and now here speaking out for the rest of the Filipino scientists. I believe, you know, I'm on the right path. I feel like I'm doing something great with my life. Another question from Pexuela. I really like your questions, actually. What is your message to the students who hate science subject? I feel like you guys are just looking at it in the wrong way, because you know those experiments you see on YouTube with all the explosions and stuff. Like, science can be like that. If you just look at it in a different angle, it can be so much more interesting than you think it is. And you know, science, when you learn about things, I think somebody who's eager to learn is somebody who is destined for greatness. So if you just think in that way, then I guess science can be fun. Like, found it fun. It's always been my best subject. I just loved learning about it, and here I am today. I guess I hope I can be that example for young kids nowadays who think that science is a nerdy subject, when in fact it's not. It's actually really fun. Someday maybe you can go on to big platforms like this and promote your cause and your studies. So science is amazing, honestly. I have here a question from Justin Candelario. Hello! You guys, he's actually my friend since college, and I'm really happy he's watching. He says, "Hey Iris, nice to see how concerned you are with the pandemic. I saw that coconut oil helps. How does that work?" It's not yet 100% sure. It's still going through trials and research. Like I said, research doesn't just come, willy-nilly like that. It's not just something that you can pop up overnight. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of data, a lot of experiments. So coconut, this wonderful chemist here in the Philippines named Dr. Fabian Dairit, he is one of the most amazing natural products chemists here in the Philippines. He's a very established chemist, and I look up to him so much. He is researching on the possibility of an antivirus from virgin coconut oil. So what happens is that when you ingest the coconut oil, it acts like soap when you wash your hands, because it is able to break off the protective membrane of the virus, and then in turn destroys the virus. So that's what happens when you that's what Dr. Dairit is claiming, and what he is researching on is how effective it is when you ingest coconut oil. I hope that answered your question, Justin. See, science is fun. So I have another question from Pex Zuela. What is your comment to those people who said that you are not fit to be a beauty queen due to certain standards? Well, to that I say, I don't care, because here I am now, and I may not be I may not be like the typical beauty queen who's like white and has like pointed nose and big eyes and like that Euro-Asian looking image that people usually think of when they see beauty queens. But I feel like it's time for that true Filipina beauty to conquer beauty pageants. I have that curly hair as Filipinas usually have, and Filipinos of course, and I have that flat nose, and I'm morena, and it's just not that obvious because of the lighting, but I'm proud of what I look like, because I'm typically not what you see in magazines and on TV commercials, and I really think it's time that we Filipinas, the true Filipina beauty in that aspect, like the morena looking, the chinky eyes, the flat nose, the curly hair, I think it's time to dominate the beauty industry as well, because there's not a lot of representation for girls like me. And actually before, I used to straighten my hair because that's all I saw on television and on magazines and on stars. So I hated my hair, I hated how it looked, and I just grew to love it. And if I can be an example to young girls out there that curly hair is still beautiful, then I think that's also something that I would love to do here in this platform. So, any more questions? Ooh, I really like the questions from Pex Zuela. What is your dream research subject? My dream research subject is to be able to do natural products in marine life. For those of you that don't know, and I'm sure most of you don't know what that means, it means that I can find maybe certain medicines or certain new compounds that have bioactivity, which means that they can, like I said, they can be used as medicines or like compounds that can be used to treat things from our marine sediments and our marine wildlife. Of course, I'll do it in a humane way because I do want to be able to protect these the wildlife. But I do hope that I can maybe find some sort of medicine from invasive species so as not to disrupt the balance of our ecosystems, and maybe even restore the balance of our ecosystems in that matter, because invasive species really do destroy an ecosystem. Those that are endemic to that ecosystem could possibly kill those that are endemic there. And like I said, we are the center for marine biodiversity in the whole world, and it would be such a shame if we weren't able to research and study all that we have currently. So, okay. How did I start in pageantry? I started actually, I just started modeling at first. So I was a runway model because I have the height. I'm 5'8". So yeah, I'm really tall for an Asian woman, if you would say. I'm taller than the average Filipina. So I decided to get into modeling, and then this modeling agency actually does pageants as well, and I thought I could give that a try. But it was just like a small pageant. I didn't really think much of it, but then, I got passionate because I did have that voice. I did have that will inside of me to want to change the world. So yeah, like I said, working in the industry and in the research industry and working in the academia, I actually worked as a researcher in UP Diliman after I graduated. And when I saw all the lapses in the scientific community, like lack of technology and lack of resources, I wanted to be able to stand up for the science community because, we could do so much research for the environment. It's just such a shame that we're not able to produce as much data as we can because of the lack of resources. So, like that question, if I had that 100 million prize, I would definitely donate it to the science community, especially those conducting studies for the environment, like reforestation or, rehabilitating our coral reefs and protecting and preserving marine wildlife, especially those that are endangered. Also wildlife on land, of course. So, oh my gosh, there's something itchy on my nose. Stop. Do you consider yourself a competitive person? I think it depends. I'm more competitive with myself rather than other people. Like if I can set a goal for myself, like if I do better here and then I do it again, I want to be able to compete with myself. So not necessarily with other people. With other people, I love encouraging other people, like in a friendly way and not really in a competitive way. Like, okay, let's do this. Let's get our, like when it comes to grades, like let's do our best. Let's get the highest grades we can. But when it comes to myself, like, okay, I need to do better. I need to win or something. But it's all for myself. I don't really want to step on other people's shoes in that aspect. So, okay. Another question. Who is your favorite Miss Earth? I love answering this question because it also gives a shout out to the scientific community, and my favorite Miss Earth is the queen herself, Queen Karen Ibasco, because she is a physicist and a scientist, and I look up to her that way because if she can do it, then I can too. And I feel like, we can work together as a chemist and a physicist, and, we can help build up the science community here in the Philippines for the better of our environment, for the better of our surroundings, and for the better of our country. So, when I actually, that first hint of like maybe I should get into pageantry was when she actually won Miss Earth, because it was like a whole new world just opened up in my mind. Like, you have this. You might have this voice someday, but I pushed it down until I really saw the lapses. So that was when, all right, I want to do something for our country. I want to be able to change the world for the good of our environment. So here I am. I got into Miss Earth. I was so thankful and I'm really grateful that I have this platform to be able to share my passion and my advocacy. So, I actually want to discuss some things you can do during the pandemic, like environmental activities. So the first and foremost thing that I want everybody to remember is to throw away your disposable masks in the proper place. We have reports that disposable masks have been polluting our surroundings, our streets, our environment, especially our waters, which is the most dangerous for our marine wildlife. And if we can, we're humans. We can think rationally. We're better than that. So we have to be able to throw trash in the proper place. It's supposed to be common sense, and it's just such a shame that some of us aren't able to follow that. So please throw your disposable PPEs in the proper place. I know that if you can't find a trash can, people just tend to leave it where they are, but if you can, just keep it in your bag or in your purse or in your pocket until you do find the proper place, because it is on us to be responsible and take care of our earth and our environment. And how can we say that we are proud Filipinos if we just litter all over the place? So let's be proud Filipinos and stop littering and destroying our environment. So please do throw your TPEs in the proper place, please, for me. Another thing you can do is if you're bored at home, I know not a lot of people have roofs over their heads, but if you are one of the lucky ones like me that can stay at home during this time, you can clean out your closet, your stuff, and then find things that you can reuse and recycle and really have some arts and crafts moment. So I've been doing that actually. I've been making some toys for my cats and making things out of things that like cardboard boxes and old shirts and plastic bags that I just have tucked under here. So actually we have an activity coming up. Well, it's ongoing, so every day there's a live stream on the Miss Philippines Earth page, where us Eco Angels are creating our own PPEs out of whatever material that we choose here in the house. So all just in the comfort of our homes. And if you can vote for me, actually on May 20th, that's when my live stream will happen. I think it's by reaction now. I don't know what yet my reaction will be. In the live stream video itself, the heart react or the wow react or the like react. But please do vote for me, because I am very excited to share what I have come up with, what I created as my own PPE. It's from something here that I just have lying around the house, and it didn't cost any money whatsoever, and it took such little effort. So everybody can do that themselves. So any more questions, please comment down below, especially about the Miss Earth. I'm glad to answer any questions. So again, another question from Bexuela. I'm so glad that you are eager to ask me questions. I'm really having fun. How do you keep yourself productive during this quarantine? So during this quarantine, I've actually just been staying in the house and reading and playing with my cats. Like I said, I've been making little trinkets for them to play with, and if I could paint, I would, but I can't. But I've been doing all these lives, so I've just been painting my face with makeup. That's what I call putting on makeup, is painting my face. And I've been having really fun just doing these lives and reaching out to people. So I take this as a job, and I'm really serious about it, because like I said, I have this voice now and I have this platform. Even if I'm still a candidate, I believe that this is a big enough platform already for me to be able to share my passion and my advocacy for the environment, and of course to give support to Filipino scientists and the scientific community so that we can address environmental issues here in our country. So I've also been doing a lot of research about environmental issues as a candidate for Miss Earth, and I've been actually watching a lot of heartbreaking environmental documentaries, and honestly, they really make me cry, like bawling cry, like cry type of thing, because it's really sad, you guys, what's going on in our environment with climate change. Climate change is getting worse. It's crazy what's happening. So yeah, if you watch some environmental documentaries, I'm sure you guys would actually tear up yourselves, and it's actually really heavy to watch. I know I'm laughing now because of I'm just thinking about how I was just bawling, and I felt like I was having so much anxiety due to what's going on our earth and due to human activity. Because let me actually discuss that climate change is due to the fact that we are harnessing energy from fossil fuels, and fossil fuels is not sustainable for the future. It is depleting. It's a non-renewable source of energy, so we really need to turn to a renewable source of energy like solar power, wind, and hydro. So these renewable sources of energy actually don't deplete during a human life cycle, so which is good, and we don't have to rely on other countries to be able to provide us with that energy, which is the most wonderful thing about it is that, you know, we can all do it here. If we just invested more on renewable energy, I believe that we can, you know, save our environment and possibly stop climate change. So there you go. You have a question. Love your accent. How did you develop that? I don't know actually. A lot of people ask that, but I guess it's just from TV. I watch a lot of English movies and also Filipino movies, but I guess I would just copy how people spoke on TV. I can actually speak Tagalog, you guys. Kaya ko naman mag-Tagalog, pero dahil scientist ako, English kasi is a universal language, and when I'm in front of foreigners and all that, I have to speak English when I'm presenting my studies. So I've actually just gotten used to speaking English when I'm presenting or when I'm explaining something. Pero kaya ko naman mag-Tagalog. Hindi naman ako sobrang konyo. But yeah, English is just more comfortable for me because I've just been used to, you know, presenting my study and my research in English because, like I said, English is the universal language, and when I'm working with people from other countries and other people that I'm collaborating with my research, and well, not personally my research, but the research of my mentors, yeah, I have to speak in English. When is the coronation? I actually don't know when the coronation is yet. Last I heard, it was supposed to be on May 24th, but I feel like it's gonna be moved. So, yeah, there's that. So we've actually just been filming ourselves here in the comfort of our homes, just wearing our gowns and our swimwear and just taking videos of ourselves and sending that to the Miss Earth staff. And I feel like that's what will be televised, but I don't really have word yet on when that will be and how that will happen, especially since the quarantine has been extended. So yeah, but currently, like I said, please do vote for me for the PPE competition. It's actually we call it COVID Craze, hashtag beat COVID. And yeah, I'm really excited on May 20th to show you guys what I have come up with. So please do vote for me. Hit that reaction button, whatever my reaction votation button will be. I'll let you guys know and we'll update, of course. So in the meantime, I hope you mark down your calendars for May 20th at 2 to 3 p.m. for my live stream with a couple of my Echo sisters. So currently we are doing live streams every 2 to 3 p.m. with 3 girls at a time. So we started just yesterday actually. And then the second day was today, and mine will be next week. So I'm really excited for that. I hope you guys can support me and vote for me for that competition. Because like I said, I'm really excited. Any more questions? Please do comment down below. I am ready, I am excited, and I'm having so much fun. By the way, you guys, do you like this makeup look? This painting that I did on my face? It's a subtle lavender. Perfect for the summertime look, even though it rained today. And it was a cloudy day and there wasn't much sunlight, but hey, I can dream that I'm at the beach looking all tan. I miss going to the beach, you guys. Okay, so another question from Pex. I feel like we're friends now, Pex, with all these question and answer back and forth that we're doing. Describe yourself as a daughter, sister, friend, and girlfriend. Okay, let's start with daughter. I feel like I was the most rebellious out of all my siblings because I'm the eldest. I don't know, I feel like the eldest is usually the rebellious one. I've talked to a lot of friends of mine that were also the eldest and they say, yeah, definitely. So I feel like I am the rebellious child, rebellious daughter. I mean, you know, nothing too bad. I mean, I was like a normal kid, I feel like. As a sister, I'm kind of a bully, but when push comes to shove, I would always like protect my siblings from other bullies. It's like one of those only I can make fun of them type of things because I am their sister, I'm their older sister, but if somebody comes for them, I will come for you too. Like, don't underestimate me because I can be very protective of the people that are close to me. So as a friend, I'm very, very loyal. I love my friends so much. I always check up on them, and I'm missing them so much right now during this quarantine because I can't see them. I'm usually with them like almost every week before this quarantine, so I miss them so much. Friends, I hope you're doing well in your homes, and I hope you're staying safe, and I hope you miss me as much as I miss you, because I really do love you guys. So yeah, and as a girlfriend, well, I love to believe that as a girlfriend, I treat my partner as an equal. I don't like being, like a super strict, overprotective girlfriend. I think that's a toxic quality, and I think that I am not a toxic girlfriend. So, I don't know. You'd have to ask my partner that. His name is Bill. So if you guys come across him, ask him what kind of girlfriend I am. I feel like he'll just sing my praises, and yeah, I think I'm a wonderful girlfriend. So yeah, you guys should ask my boyfriend. But yeah, I believe that I'm a wonderful girlfriend. We've been together for a while now, and yeah, I think we're gonna be in it for the long haul. Any more questions? If my friends are watching, feel free to ask me some questions. It's like a way that we can communicate as well through this quarantine. So, if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below. I'm really excited. So, during this pandemic, what have you guys been doing? And what do you feel about the rain also? Because I'm really excited about the rain. It's been really hot and humid, and I'm glad that some sort of like rainfall is finally happening and it's cooling the air. So yeah, if I can take a bath in the rain, I would, but I know that's just gonna give me some sickness, so I won't. Oh my gosh, Bea Carrion has asked me a question. You guys, she is my best friend, and we met in college. She's also a chemist. So she asked me, do you already have a prospect research topic for your thesis in graduate school? Is it related to the environment? Actually, I do. It's about the symbiotic relationship between bacteria and coral and algae. It's a lot of sciencey stuff, but yeah, it's related to marine life for sure. It's related to the environment and how things and species react with one another, and how they how they interact with each other in the environment. So any form of study for actually just pure interaction for species is actually really well received in the scientific community, because through that we can understand species more in animals and wildlife. And so that's what I am eyeing. I want to be under the wonderful Dr. Irene, which one was it? Because I worked under Dr. Irene Villasenor, is also a NatProd scientist. So I'm gonna work under Dr. Irene from the Marine Science Institute, hopefully after the Miss Earth, if I don't win. But I really do want to win, and I want to play so bad, because I really do feel like I have what it takes to be the next Miss Philippines Earth. So yeah, that is my prospective research topic. You should get into research, Bea. It's really fun. My skincare routine. My skincare routine is, let's start with the morning. So when I wake up, I wash my face and brush my teeth, and then I put on a toner. I wipe my face with more toner so that I can cleanse more what the soap did not clean. And then I put a vitamin C serum in the morning, and then that will be it. Oh no, I would put moisturizer. I have this moisturizer with SPF as well. So, always put on SPF for your skin, especially your face, so you don't get old. Or you don't look old, rather. My bad. So, yeah, like I said, so at night, then I would wash my face and do a deeper cleanse for the nighttime. I would scrub my face with this facial scrub actually, and then put a serum that's anti-pimples and anti all that gunky stuff that you have on your face. So yeah, and then I go to sleep. I go to sleep. But yeah, wait, I forgot. I put like a mild exfoliator. Sorry, that word just a mild exfoliator. It has BHA and AHA on it, so it's a mild exfoliator to really clean out the dead skin cells all over the face before I go to sleep. So the Filipino scientist you look up to, the Filipino scientist that I most especially look up to is my undergraduate thesis advisor, Dr. Maribel G. Nonato. She is my academic mother, as we like to call each other. I'm her academic daughter, and she's my academic mother, because without her, I wouldn't be where I am today. She is one of the most renowned scientists here in the Philippines, and if somebody hears her name, they're like, oh wow, you worked with her? So like, it's like a Filipinos, it's in the science community, if her name is just huge, and when she talks in front of an audience and she talks about her research, it's really, really inspiring, and the voice that she has to lift up the scientific community, it inspired me to as well grow my voice in that aspect and in that way. So yeah, I feel like she's really proud of me for what I'm doing, and she knows that I'm doing this for the sake of science and for the environment, and I'm genuinely not doing this for myself. I promise you. All the perks that comes with it is just a bonus. So I just consider myself lucky in that way. But yeah, if I do have this platform, I really do want to change the world for the better, especially for our environment, and really do more to fight climate change, because climate change is getting worse and it's so heartbreaking. So guys, please, if you can, think of the environment more. Stop using, well, not really stop using your cars, but lessen your car usage. And if we go back to the way things were, I encourage everybody to use public transportation more, so that we can lessen the cars in our street and less carbon emissions in the air, and we can help clean up our air even more. So we can see that less human activity is actually improving the quality of our air and our environment. So it is possible to save our environment. It's possible to save our world and our country. So moving forward, then I feel like the new normal should include having to use renewable sources as a way to harness energy. So I feel if I do win Miss Philippines Earth, I would love to be able to work with with the government in that way, so that we can focus more on investing on infrastructure that involves renewable sources of energy for the new normal, because I believe it's not just about protecting ourselves in the new normal from the virus, but rather also helping the environment and making it and going forward for the better of our environment and the quality of our air and our forests and marine wildlife and wildlife in general. So yeah, please support me to my journey towards the crown. I hope that I am able to convince you of my potential, because I really do feel like I have what it takes. So I hope I've convinced you guys as well that I have what it takes to be the next Miss Philippines Earth, and represent the scientific community and all the curly girls out there, all the curly haired Filipinas. Shout out! Curly hair is still beautiful. And thank you to Hannah Shampoo, our major sponsor. Makes my hair smell really good, actually. Our major sponsor is Hannah Shampoo, and I've been using it since we got it, and it just makes my hair smell amazing. Pandan. Shout out to Bea Carrion saying I am the Pandan Princess. That is what but because that's what we call Dr. Maribel G. Nonato, actually. She is the Pandan Queen because she has spent the better of her life actually researching every Pandan species that is out there, like here in our country, abroad, endemic to our country, invasive, etc., etc. She knows everything about Pandan. So when I was under her, I was of course studying about Pandan species. Actually, did you guys know that Pandan has a fruit? I didn't know up until then, and you can use. We were actually discovering if this species of pandan can be used as an anti-diabetic fruit, or if it can be edible, or if it can be used, or we can just extract the compound from the fruit of the pandan to be a medicine for diabetes. So why is my nose so itchy? Oh, shout out to my wonderful designer, Alfie Bautista Eufemio. He is a wonderful designer, you guys. You definitely should check out his designs. And he gives a wonderful ode to the Malong fabrics from Mindanao. And he uses that as a design detail for his clothes and dresses and others. So yeah, I think that what he's doing for our community, and he makes me proud to be part of this country because I can show off all the wonderful fabrics that we have here. So support local, support Filipinos, and support Filipino scientists most especially. So why should I be? My cat is just meowing. I think he's hungry. I'll feed him in a bit after this live. So why should I be the next Miss Philippines Earth? Well, first of all, because I believe in science. I believe in science. I don't know if you guys know that line from Nacho Libre, but yeah, I believe in science, and I believe science is the way to go for our future, for the betterment of our country, for the betterment of our surroundings, for the betterment of the whole world. And the fact that I am a chemist myself, I am a scientist myself, I believe I have the skills and the knowledge to be able to promote the preservation and the protection of our environment, because I know what it takes to do the research. I know what it takes to get the data, and through the data and the research that we do, I know then what it takes to be able to save and protect the environment. So I think that scientists just deserve more credit than they have right now, especially here in the Philippines with such limited technology and resources that we have. And being a scientist, and if I think that if Karen Ibasco can do it as a physicist, then I think the next one should be a chemist herself. So that chemist will be me. But yeah, I really do feel like with science, the way to go is just forward, especially when we search for alternative resources of energy and going for a more sustainable way of living in a way that we don't compromise the future of our future generations. So I do believe I have what it takes to be the next Miss Philippines Earth. I hope I convince you guys as well. I'm really passionate about my advocacy and my passion for the environment and the scientific community. So like I said, I'm not doing this for myself. I'm genuinely doing this for the environment, and hopefully through this platform I can make a dent in changing the world. Alfie Bautista Eufemio says shout out. So Miss Philippines Earth, ito yung karapat dapat manalo. Thank you, Ma'am Shi. I miss you so much. Thank you for all the dresses that you sent me. They're so wonderful. And thank you for being my pageant mommy during this time. I'm really grateful for all the opportunities that I've been given just being a candidate. And I hope that I'm able to make a dent, like I said, into changing the world, because I believe I have that will, I have that power to really help the world and help the environment. And being a scientist myself, I believe that just research is we need more research, essentially, and I would love to encourage the youth actually to go into science and research, because we definitely always need more scientists in the front lines against the battle for climate change. Yeah, that's what I like calling scientists, is that they are on the front lines of the battle against climate change, because we are. And without scientists, we wouldn't be able to have the data that we have now and to understand what's happening to our earth in terms of climate change. So support Filipino scientists, do a lot of more research, especially right now. Dr. Fabian Dairit actually has a live tomorrow at 10 a.m. I believe in DOST, I think. I'll have to get back on that, but yeah, he's, like I said, he's the one researching about the antiviral properties of virgin coconut oil for this virus that we have during this pandemic. So I believe that he needs our full support in his research, because maybe through him we can finally end this horrible situation that we are in. So, what camp do I belong to? I actually belong to KF. Shout out to my KF sisters and Tita Roj. Thank you for inviting me even so late in the game. I actually just joined recently in KF, and they've been helping me so much, especially with my delivery and how I speak. So, if you guys think that I had an improvement, or if you guys are convinced with how I talk, then they've definitely been helping me, and I'm so grateful for everything that they have done for me. So, it's almost 9 o'clock, and it's almost an hour. Any more questions before we end? Come on, you guys, friends who are there watching, please comment down your questions below. Anybody else would like to ask me questions? I'm really, really excited to answer more. But while I wait for your questions, let me just drink water, because I've been talking for nearly an hour now, and my oh my. Stay hydrated. I always like saying stay hydrated, because it's definitely a must to stay healthy, is to drink lots and lots of water. Okay, crown or love life? That's so hard. I believe I feel like with my current advocacy right now, no, you know what? I've made my decision. I believe I'll just choose love life, because I'm already a scientist and I already have this platform to be able to change the world. And this is really just a bonus. This is really just from my passion and from my heart. So, as a scientist myself, I believe I can already change the world just by doing the research. But if I were to choose between the crown and love life, I believe I can choose love life, because if I have the crown and I have nobody to share my achievements with, then I don't know. I think that'll be sad. But I want to share that my boyfriend is actually a scientist himself. So in that aspect, I believe that we can change the world together through science and research. So me being a candidate for the Miss Philippines Earth is really just a bonus. It's really something that I am pursuing because I believe I can help change the world. But yeah, I can do, you know what, yeah, my mom, she is right. Alfie Bautista Eufemia says both. I can do both, and that's what I'm doing now. So hopefully I do get that crown and still maintain my love life. Please don't break up with me if I get the crown. But yeah, I believe I can do both, but being a scientist, I believe I can already change the world through science and research. So like I said, I'm doing Miss Philippines Earth not for me. I'm doing it because I have this voice that I want to shout and scream at everybody to please support the scientific community, because through science and research, I believe it's really the only way that we can move forward and protect and preserve our environment. And especially the endangered species that we have here for our wildlife. And I actually, quick plug in is the Philippine Native Trees Enthusiasts. I've recently joined them as well. They are advocating for the protection and the propagation for species endemic to the Philippines instead of invasive ones like species from abroad like trees. So unfortunately, we are not that educated on Philippine native trees, so we think that they're just weeds, and so we tend to uproot them. I'm saying we because this is us as a collective, as a nation. So we need more education on Philippine native trees so that we can help propagate them. We have so many species of native trees that are so much more beautiful than those invasive and those that are from abroad and imported. And of course, I'm saying that as a proud Filipino myself, because if you do educate yourselves in the species of Philippine native trees that we have here, it is absolutely heartwarming because of we have millions and millions of species here that's just endemic here for our country. So again, we are rich in biodiversity, and it would be such a shame if we just destroy our environment. So like I said, through science and research, we can definitely help preserve and protect our environment. So, hadlang ba ang pagiging chubby para manalo ng beauty pageant? I feel like in today's beauty standards, it is, but to win a beauty pageant, I believe that a woman just has to be confident in herself and her own natural beauty and her knowledge and her passion to be able to fight for her cause. So I feel like it shouldn't actually be something that we have to something in my mouth. I believe that it's something that we shouldn't mind, because we are growing now as people to not body shame those that are people of different shapes and sizes. So I believe that maybe moving forward, that being chubby isn't really something that should be a hurdle to be a beauty queen. Yeah. Sorry, I was just reading the comment. Yeah, my mom, she says, hindi ba dapat mas importante kung ano ang kaya mo gawin kesa husgahan ka dahil chubby ka? Tamang-tama! So, it's such a shame that, people that are larger, or if you're chubby, nahuhusgahan ka nga dahil chubby ka, tas you have all this potential and you have all this passion in you that you want to change the world, and just because you are a different size, people say that you can't be a beauty queen and that you don't deserve this platform in order to be able to change the world. I think that's really wrong, because everybody's beautiful in their own way, in their own natural way, no matter what shape and size they are. So, yeah, being chubby shouldn't be a hurdle to be a beauty queen. So, any more questions? Last few questions before we end this live stream. It is almost 9 o'clock. I hope you guys have enjoyed talking to me. I've definitely had so much fun getting to know all of you and answering all of your questions. So, drop down more questions down below, please. So, before we end, I'd like to promote my social media actually. On Instagram and on Twitter, I am just at Iris Mabanta. So again, I am your Echo Angel from Pasig City. The one with the mayor called Vico Soto. the wonderful mayor of Pasig City, Vico Soto. I am so glad that I'm representing this city because and I get to work with a wonderful mayor that really speaks for the people and thinks about the people, like Vico Soto. So I'm really glad that I'm really lucky that I get to represent this city, this wonderful city that I grew up in and that I've come to love, of course. So again, on Twitter and on Instagram, I'm just at Iris Mabanta. And on May 20th, don't forget to vote for me as your favorite PPE maker, Echo Angel maker. But yeah, like I said, we have that competition to create your own PPEs as Echo Angels from recyclable materials. So I'm excited to show you guys what I have. So my live stream is on May 20th at 2 p.m. on the official Miss Philippines Earth Facebook page. Okay, last question. Stretch mark is one of the reasons why girl ay hindi nagjo-join ng pageant. So what's your advice to a teenager? I feel like you should just embrace your stretch marks, because everybody actually has stretch marks. It's a natural thing when your skin expands and contracts when you gain weight and then you lose weight. It's something natural, so it's okay that you have stretch marks. Don't use that as a hurdle for you to speak out for what you believe in. Everybody has them. Not everybody. If you believe that beauty queens don't have stretch marks, trust me, they do. I have them myself. So it's a natural thing. Boys and girls have them. Please don't think of it as something bad, because it is a natural phenomenon that happens within your body. And moving forward, I think that we can all agree that we have to be more body positive about who we are, and not just think that skinny girls are the perfect girls, because even skinny girls aren't perfect, and everybody is unique in their own way and beautiful in their own way in that regard. So again, before we end this, I'd like to promote on May 20th. Please, please, please do vote for me. Again, you just have to press the reaction button. I don't know yet which reaction, whether it's like, heart, or wow. So on May 20th, 2 p.m. on the official Miss Philippines Earth Facebook page, I will be doing a live stream with a couple of my Eco Angel sisters. So I hope that you guys enjoyed talking to me today. I definitely had so much fun answering your questions and getting to know, and for you guys to get to know me a little bit better. And I hope that I convinced you as much as I am convinced myself that I can be the next Miss Philippines Earth. Support Filipino scientists, you guys. So that's my final message, is to support our scientific community so we can move forward as a country for the betterment of our environment and our country. Mwah. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to support Entertainment News Portal. Thank you again for this wonderful opportunity.